Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be amazed as we delve into the world of automotive extravagance. In this video, we present to you the creme de la creme of luxury automobiles, the 10 most expensive cars ever sold. From breathtaking designs to mind-blowing performances, these magnificent machines redefine the boundaries of automotive excellence. Buckle up and join us on this exhilarating journey through the epitome of automotive luxury. Get ready to be enthralled. Number 10. 1956 Ferrari 290mm, $22,005,000. Auctioneer RM Sotheby's. Date sold December 2018. Reading the datasheet of the 1956 Ferrari 290mm is like reading who is who of the 1950s racing scene. With wins at Nassau, Mille Miglia, and Buenos Aires, this Gagliati masterpiece traveled the world as Scuderia Ferrari works car and was piloted by the likes of Stirling Moss. One of only 4 made and one of 3 surviving examples, it is highly original and in as raced condition, which justifies its price. Number 9. 1956 Aston Martin DBR1, $22,550,000. Auctioneer RM Sotheby's. Date sold August 2017. What is the most expensive British car ever sold at auction? It is the 1956 Aston Martin DBR1. It was a fantastic piece of British racing heritage driven by Stirling Moss, Carroll Shelby, Jack Brabham, and Roy Salvadori as a proper Ferrari fighter of the late 50s. The success of this model opened doors for Aston's Le Mans triumph in 1959 and helped the company cement its status among sports car fans. Number 8. 1964 Ferrari 275 GTBC Speciale, $26,400,000. Auctioneer RM Sotheby's. Date sold August 2014. Ferrari prototypes are always highly in demand by top collectors. Those cars are unique, custom-built, and feature unique combinations of body and drivetrain components. When such a vehicle has significant competition history like this 275 GTBC Speciale, it immediately becomes one of the most expensive Ferraris ever sold and a valid blue-chip investment. This Speciale is well known in the classic Ferrari community as one of 3 such vehicles. Number 7. 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB4S Nard Spider, $27,500,000. Auctioneer RM Sotheby's. Date sold August 2013. If you think the 250 GT California Spider is the ultimate Ferrari draptop, think again. With just 10 examples produced and a price tag that is almost $10 million higher, 275 GTB4 Nard Spider is in fact more valuable and 5 times rarer. This gorgeous machine was a North American special and sold in very limited numbers, making it extremely desirable today. Steve McQueen drove one in Thomas Crown Affair. Number 6. 1956 Ferrari 290mm, $28,050,000. Auctioneer RM Sotheby's. Date sold December 2015. Proof that race prominence is everything is this fantastic 1956 Ferrari 290mm. A championship-winning car, this particular example was driven by Fangio and Phil Hill, triumphing in Mille Miglia, Swedish GP, and a host of other important races. It also featured an upgraded and more powerful engine which could propel this elegant Barchetta to respectable speeds even by today's standards. Number 5. 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196, $29,600,000. Auctioneer Bonimas. Date sold July 2013. Juan Manuel Fangio is still considered to be the most significant racing driver ever to sit behind the wheel. A true talent, Fangio possessed discipline and elegance that has been rarely seen since. That is why anything connected to him is highly collectible. How about his championship-winning Mercedes? With a price tag of almost $30 million, it is, for sure, the ultimate counterpiece of a collection of legendary racing memorabilia. Number 4. 1937 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic, over $30 million. Auctioneer Gooding & Company. Date sold May 2010. The Type 57 SC Atlantic is probably the most striking Bugatti of all time. With its bizarre and unusual design, exceptional construction, and high-performance supercharged engine, it was one of the fastest and most expensive pre-war machines. Only 4 were built, and they rarely came up for sale. The light blue example was in May 2010 in a private sale for a rumored sum of over $30 million. The buyer remained anonymous, and the car hasn't been seen since. Number 3. 1957 Ferrari 335 Sports Gagliati, $35,700,000. Auctioneer Art Curiel. Date sold February 2016. Its incredible racing history, elegant design, and remarkable originality position this Ferrari 335 Sports Gagliati as one of the most expensive cars in the world. This example was the first car to have an average speed of over 200 kilometers per hour at Le Mans and the only surviving car from the 1958 Cuban Grand Prix. The fact that it was driven by Stirling Moss and took first place in this legendary event only helped it achieve such a high price at auction in February 2016. Number 2. 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO, $70 million. Auctioneer private sale. Date sold June 2018. For years, the 250 GTO held the title of the world's most expensive car. With only 36 cars ever produced, with incredible history every time one comes on for sale, you can be sure that the price tag will be astonishing. This 1963 example, which won the 1963 Tour de France race, set the record at $70 million, but similar cars recently sold in the $30 and $40 million range. However, it is easy to see why the 250 GTO is so sought after. It is probably the most beautiful machine ever created, with impeccable racing record and performance, which still can excite even the most discriminating owners. Number 1. 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Oldenhau Coupe, $143 million. Auctioneer RM Sotheby's. Date sold May 2022. If you think that $70 million for a 1963 250 GTO is expensive, think again. In May 2022, RM Sotheby's sold the one-of 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Oldenhau Coupe at a special auction held in the Mercedes Museum in Stuttgart for $142 million, settling the absolute record for a most expensive car ever sold at auction. Conceived by famed Mercedes test driver Rudolf Oldenhau, this unique 300 SLR was basically a race car for the road, filled with incredible features and technology, some of which are still relevant today. The 300 SLR Oldenhau can be considered the essence of Mercedes ethos and the most crucial car with a 3-pointed star on its nose.